Hey, thanks for making it to episode 17. Sorry for the delay since the last episode, but we did have some pre recorded podcasts, but they were very politically heavy handed, and we did have some good stuff in there too. Well, we thought it was good stuff. We're going to strip out the political stuff and later on repost the other stuff. And I'm long winded here. So enjoy the show and its lack of too much political stuff. And we're recording. But now I don't have anything to say after all that excitement.
It's crazy.
I know. I so badly want to talk about
We
politics.
should have been recording that whole thing because there were some gems in there, but sorry, everybody.
Yeah. I so badly want to talk about politics, but I told myself I would stop trying to talk about it so much because nobody wants to keep hearing about it all the time. Even I'm getting sick of going on Twitter and, well, I show you all those posts and everything, how everyone's just a gigantic hypocrite on there. How about the GameStop thing? I haven't even watched the video. So there's a reason GameStop's stock. That was hard to say. Yeah, that actually is really hard to say. It's skyrocketing, and I don't know why. I heard things like people are buying it out of spite or something. That can't be true. I mean, who would do that? But yeah, it's just been skyrocketing. Yeah, I don't know enough about stocks, and that's not going to come through. Never mind, take my word for it. But yeah, I've been meaning to look that up. I was actually going to look it up before we got on here, but then I started doing homework because, I'm a good student.
Well, I got my PS5 through GameStop, so good for them.
Yeah. So how you liking it?
It's a very impressive machine, I gotta say.
Have you tried any PS4 in it yet?
Like official PS4?
Yeah, like any of your PS4, like backwards compatibility. Have you tried any of that out yet?
Not yet. I'm still working through some of the PS5 ones I got.
Oh, how many games did you get?
Well, it came with the one that's downloaded on it, then it came with 2 others. Technically 3, because that Spider-Man came with the original Spider-Man.
Oh.
So there's 3 included, and then I bought 2 others the other day.
Oh, did you not ever have the original Spider-Man?
No, I never played it.
Oh, I bought it, and Kendall beat the first boss, Kingpin, and it came out of the system, and we never touched it again.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for like Game of the Year editions, and all the stuff would be on it and be like $20, and by then I was like, I got the Switch, I guess I'm good. Doom Eternal came out, and that took a lot of my time.
Doom Eternal, where is... That's not the one I have, I don't think. I got Doom on the one that's like on every platform. It's on Switch, it's on... Not the 64 or back, like it's a newer one.
That would be Eternal, I think, because that's on everything.
Is it Eternal?
Because that just came out on the Switch like a couple weeks ago.
No, I got this one well before then. It is just plain Doom.
Oh, 2016?
Yeah, it must be.
Oh, yeah.
It was like on every system. I have it on every system.
I don't like that one as much. I like Eternal better.
They're not similar?
That Doom there seems more like the way the stuff shoots like a Call of Duty game. This Doom Eternal feels more like a Doom.
So I forgot to comb my hair before we did this.
It's a beautiful flowing mane.
I know, it's all stuck in my headset. So I got a new headset, thinking that it wouldn't be as uncomfortable. And I'm correct. It's a Sennheiser or something like that. Oh, there we go. Problem is my glasses, the headset pushes on my thing. Look at that gorgeousness. Fuck it. Yeah, so for anyone watching, I'm not homeless. I just play one on YouTube. There we go. See if I can get a Kramer going here. There we go. I give up.
Wow.
Yeah. You're getting kind of shaggy yourself there, I noticed.
Yeah, I've given up on life kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm there too. So they opened a new St. Vincent de Paul's by my house. It's a small one. It's not very big. But, you know what? Hold on one second. Talk about something. Talk to the people while I run away.
Well, yes, I understand that I got a PS5 and I sound like a hypocrite because I said I wouldn't, but you got to change your mind on things, and it was entertaining. It's a great system, and I enjoyed it a lot. Call me a hypocrite if you must, but
What's that?
hey, welcome back. I was just explaining why I was a hypocrite for buying the PS5 when I said I wouldn't.
Oh, I was a hypocrite too when I got the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, it's about changing your mind.
And that's the wonderful world of the world.
And you know, the fact is, I knew even when I said, I'm never getting that thing, I knew I was going to get it.
My nose grew like 50 feet when I was saying I wasn't going to get it.
Because I said the same thing about PS3. Yeah, screw that. PS4, fuck, don't need it.
I remember standing in the parking lot after work bitching about how PS3 is going to be a shit show coming out and people are going to scalp it and it's going to be hard to get your hands on it.
Yeah, we were a little bit ahead of the game on that one.
We were, yeah. We saw the trend.
We were a couple generations.
That just means we're old.
Until they start selling them in stores, it's gonna keep going.
How'd you like to be some of those scalpers though? They're losing their ass.
Well, one just said they made $20 million on it.
What? I thought people were waiting actually.
Oh, no. This was either right when this was happening or going on, or they could be full of shit too. Who knows?
I wouldn't be sure. There's always someone out there who has enough money that they just don't care what other people's opinions. And actually, to be honest with you, if you have enough money not to care what other people's opinions are, more power to you.
At this point, I think they're doing it just to be assholes.
Probably, yeah. I mean, my opinion of those people aren't good, but at the same time, they shouldn't give a crap what my opinion is. Once again, not something a lot of people realize. You don't have to worry about other people's opinions.
No, it's just kind of a dick move.
It is a dick move, yeah. I was kind of making a comment towards our political climate without trying to say
that too, yeah.
politics, yeah.
Yeah, that too. But it's like, you know, they keep saying, oh, they're going to get stuck with these. They're going to get stuck with these. How? Where else can you get them?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get them in a store. Of course, I heard Target's been restocking. GameStop, you got yours through there.
Yeah, but I didn't get it, like, walk into the store and get it. I had it shipped to me.
That's true. I did
Target, you can get it, but, yeah, you got to pick it up at Target.
Yeah, they won't ship it. Which actually, to be honest, I think is the smart choice because I went in and I bought a controller, a second one, which technically I didn't need one because you can use your Xbox One controllers. They're the same except the only thing that's missing is a share button. But why would the second player be sharing? Hell, I don't even share with the first player. And I bought Rogue Squadron just because it was on sale. I like Star Wars. And the graphics look good. In fact, as far as flying games go, there was an F-15 game for my PC before Pentium computers were even out or anything that I kind of liked. And other than that, it was TIE Fighter and X-Wing, those two games. Other than that, I'm not a big pilot guy. I don't like flying things very often.
No.
I mean, I'll openly admit a lot of it's because I suck. It's so hard to get tracked onto somebody. But
well, a lot of them are also inverted controls, which drive me up a freaking wall.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, you're trying to scoop down and you hit it the wrong way. Go up. Just, bam!
Why would I push down to go up?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I've never understood that. Yeah, you're going to pull towards you, like in the movies. Is that the right way? Yeah, because, you know, they always show you cranking up on it. Or am I thinking it wrong? Is that inverted? I don't know. However it is, it's not natural.
If that's how it's done in real life, I don't give a damn. I don't want to do it in the game.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to fly in real life either. So, yeah, do it right in the game.
Yeah.
In fact, I only know one person who ever said that if they had the option to invert the controls, doesn't do it. Everybody I know inverts the controls because they hate that setup.
And why is that default? Why?
I don't know. Just to piss us off, I guess.
Yeah, nothing like, okay, we're playing this game. All of a sudden, you're like, okay, flying level, here we go. Son of a bitch, it's inverted.
It's, I should be writing this stuff down because I care about the viewers so much that that sounded sarcastic. All right, maybe it was a little bit, but I didn't.
We care about the listeners, not so much the viewers.
There you go. I care about everybody that's actually willing to put up with us. I worry about people who are willing to put up with us, actually.
If you're actually still watching this fat egg and the homeless guy, I mean, then good for you.
Fat egg, homeless guy, new tagline. All right.
The fat egg and the homeless guy here on K dipshit.
Yeah, so, well, I told you, I don't want to say his last name. I told you Chris came up, and
Yeah.
so I showed him, well, let me get my wallet out. I showed him Stadia, and
There you go, baby.
and I showed him Ultra, or no, Elite Sniper 5 or 4, or whatever the hell it is, and it's cool when you shoot somebody. If you get like a kill shot, like through the eye or something, it slow-mos in, and then it goes to X-ray of your head. So like if you hit him in the mouth, it shows his jaw just shattering, and then the spinal column separate. Like it's gross. It's awesome. And for anyone who wants to play a sniper game but doesn't want that, you can turn it off. But it's actually one of the charms of the game. So Chris was, I always want to say his last name. Chris was addicted instantly. So we went to Game Trade, and he found a used copy of it, and he got it. And I'm like, all right. So last night we just played one map for a little bit, and unfortunately, I know I can't convince you to get Stadia, but I'm hoping that crossplay comes, because I think it would be awesome if we all played in it. Because when you play it, it's pretty open. When you're in the map, it's as open world as it can get. But even when you go down, you can go get the person, and you can shoot. Like if you go down, you can shoot while another person's coming to help you, which I found out because I was actually the first one to go down. And I'm shooting people. I'm like, oh yeah, I said his name right. Yeah, Chris, it's all clear. And he came over, and if people are wondering why I can't think of one of my friends' names, it's because I'm not using last names. And I call everybody who had their last name except for Scott and myself. But it's a good game. You got to play it. They probably have it for PS4, because you liked SOCOM. I like SOCOM.
Yeah, those are good times.
But the nice thing about it is when you play, you can play multiplayer. But how we played it is it was just us against the computers doing. We did multiplayer, but it was campaign. It was just us. So there was no dealing with anybody else talking or anything like that.
See, that I can handle. That I could do.
And that's why it was fun. I thought of you on that, because I'm like, oh, this was actually fun, because you don't hear all the little teenagers telling me what they did to my mom, who's in her 70s, which they have issues if that's what's happening. Good for my mom, I guess. But the
getting called an N-word by a white kid in Kansas.
yeah.
Hey,
no
thanks.
Kidding. God, it was so bad. But yeah, no, this is awesome because they're all NPCs, obviously. So when they talk, though, it means something. Like they'll say stuff like, go check over there, things like that. And so you know they're still looking for you. And the map tells you that stuff too. But it's nice. It's nice not having a bunch of idiots talking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd much rather do something like that than online multiplayer.
But if you see it, pick it up because it's fun. Play it, because eventually I will have a PS5 and then I'll be able to play with you online. Unless they start doing cross-platform, which, as far as I can tell, Sony's the only one who doesn't want to do that. But I heard they're loosening up their thought process on it. So.
Well, Xbox, the only reason they should do it is because they got no games.
They got plenty of games.
Yeah, old games.
That's not nice.
Didn't Halo Infinite just get delayed to, like, infinity?
You know, I've only played Halo once.
I know, but that's, like, the only thing that they hold their head on right now is, like, Halo, and then, well, it's going to come eventually. When?
It'll change. I think that's why they bought that company. I think that's why they bought, what, it was Bethesda or something? I can't say their name.
Bethesda?
Yeah, that place. I don't
whatever.
want to spit all over my microphone saying it. Yeah, I'll admit. Well, the nice thing is, though, is there are games that are graphically improved for the Xbox One X. The Rogue Squadron, which I haven't played yet, that's one of them. But I did play one. What was it? Like, I saw it, and I intentionally, because I have Game Pass, so I mean, I got like hundreds of games already I can play that I'll never play. But I just looked for games that had the SX symbol for Series S and Series X, just to say it was enhanced for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it utilizes its full capabilities, but you're going to have a better chance of it using its capabilities if it says that. So I went and, I don't even remember what game it was, but I do remember being very impressed. Jedi Fallen Order. That's what it was. Ross downloaded it, and it did. It looked really good. If EA did a good game, I know a lot of people bitch the game was really short. I mean, I suck at games, so all games are really long for me. if they're even beatable. So, but they did a good job with Fallen Order. Of course, they lost their contract or whatever you want to call it for that, so they won't be making any
That
more.
that's good though, because it's like with Madden and EA are in bed together, and it's the only football game there can be. We need more games.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
need competition. I mean, three different companies should be able to make a Star Wars game if they can.
Yeah, I don't understand why more don't do that. I mean, if you have the licensing right to Star Wars, why don't you just, well, I'm sure they arrange a deal going, give it to us, we'll pay you X amount of dollars and get the cut, but give us exclusive rights. Personally, if it was me and I had Star Wars, I'd be like, piss on you, it's Star Wars. We'll give you rights to it. We'll only put it out if we approve of content you made, but we're also licensing it to this company over here too.
Just give me a Battlefront game that's like Battlefront 2 on the PS2, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Or like I was describing with the sniper game. Make that, do the same thing, but make it Star Wars. You have solo campaign, you have multiplayer campaign, and then you just have free-for-all multiplayer online for the people like that.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Actually, if you're going to give me a Star Wars game and only give me one choice, give me campaign. I don't need the online. There's so many. There's so many online games that I can go play. I don't need to go fight with some guy who earned Darth Vader because he's 500 times better than me. That's what
I won't
got.
hesitate to tell you as you're just trying to play the game, and he dives in as Vader.
Yeah, he's just swinging his freaking lightsaber, killing everyone. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm never gonna get that guy. So, but in a campaign, I possibly could. Which is funny, I did just buy Soul Calibur for the Xbox that has the Star Wars figures in it, kind of like the PS4 one you had. But
Did an Xbox have Yoda in it?
I think it's Yoda. Yeah. Probably. Who is here? Can you hear that? Like people walking above me?
Yeah.
You can actually hear that?
Yeah, I heard footsteps.
Yeah, it's really freaking loud. I would almost say almost intentional. The nice thing is I have GPS on my phone. I can see everybody who's here. Unless, of course, they left their phone here, which happens. Oh, it's Angie. Yeah, Ross is at school, so it's not him. Yeah, so I'm actually happy it's moving over. Of course, I've been buying up, well, I showed you all those PS2 games I got. I'm not even a big fan of driving games, but I mean, for the price, I'm just like, you know what? I own them.
You do have multiple cars games now.
They're different, though. I saw that, and they were different.
How different can they be? They're car games.
Oh, no, I know, but they're not the same title is what I mean. Yeah. I had the Cars game on. I'm looking at a bunch of my PSP games right now to see if... I think it was the PSP. It was actually pretty fun. My biggest downfall of PSP, though, is some games just weren't comfortable to play on a small screen like that. And I have the cable that'll hook it to the TV, but I could never get it working. And then one day I was watching a YouTube video, and because I got the cable secondhand, it didn't come with instructions or anything, and I just assumed it didn't work because I'm an idiot. And I watched a YouTube video. Apparently, you got to hold like up and some other button or something like that, and it'll turn the mode on. So now I can't find the cable. Actually, I think I just found it the other day. I got to try it out. But now I got to charge up my PSP also. I had to buy a generic PSP battery because the original one was swelling up so much it popped the cap off the back.
Yikes.
Yeah, I guess it's not good to let those things sit. Who knew? I knew. But I did anyways. But yeah, that and the... I caught a quick glimpse of something. There's a whole bunch of things I wanted to look at before talking to you, but I was so busy I didn't get a chance to. I could have swore I saw something about the PS Vita getting some kind of update too, but I very well could be wrong on that. I got to look into that further. But
Would they really still be supporting that?
well, there's a patent thing that kind of shows a portable working with the PS5. And even though everyone's talking that's the Pro and stuff, patents come out long before. Like the Pro, if they come out with they will come out with Pro, let's face it.
Yeah.
But that won't be for like 5-6 years probably. They know better than to do that right away. But the patent probably
They
exists.
can't get these things put out in record numbers, not doing a Pro already.
Yeah, to be honest, are the scalpers making that big of a dent in it or what? I just don't understand why. I know there's a shortage on chips and stuff. I know like AMD is working with Xbox or Microsoft on the processors, graphic processors and stuff. I don't know what PlayStation's using. They might be using the Ryzen chip also from AMD.
I think they're just because they're trying to meet demand. They're sending them out in batches of like 20 or 30 instead of just saying, you know what, we're gonna build them all and then talk to us at the end of February and we're gonna send out like 1,000.
Well, I read somewhere that some stores that are getting those batches, they're not announcing they're getting them because they're selling anyways. So they said that it's actually kind of helped with the pressure that they get a call and they just, do you have them in stock? No. Okay, bye. Do you have them in stock? Yep. Come get it. I'm not holding it. And they come in. Whereas before, they wouldn't hold it and everyone either crashed their site or if they had to go in, it was a mad rush. So I'm actually in favor of that. If you're not going to release a ton at once, don't tell anyone. People are still looking. It's not like they're not going to be sitting on them.
There are all the signs around here say don't bother coming into the store because we're only selling them online.
When I was in Appleton last, in the mall there, GameStop had right on in the glass, handwritten on paper with a marker,
Yeah.
just saying not in stock, and it listed off a bunch of things that everyone's asking for. In fact, it was the 3 big consoles too. Switches weren't even available, at least at that time. I don't know about now.
No, Switches are still damn hard to find. I can see a light once in a while, but the regular Switch is still impossible to find.
Yeah, I have no problem that they made the light. I mean, it obviously fits it.
It's not a Switch though.
No, it's a portable.
Yeah, because the Switch is you switch from the TV to handheld, or you take the Joy-Cons off and you sit it on the desk and you play it that way. The light is just a Game Boy Ultra Advance.
And actually I would have been okay with the Switch Lite if it was still dockable, even if it didn't use that dock. If I had to get like an aftermarket,
One that just you could plug in and charge it or something.
yeah, like I got computer docks that are USB-C, just like the
Yeah,
my camera's backwards, but
the Switch.
Yeah, just like the Switch. Even if I had to supply my own and it didn't fit in there, then it's my choice if I want to do that. That would have been great. Because if you have to play like Odyssey where you do the things with the controls and stuff, I mean, I don't have the greatest eyesight to begin with, even if I'm wearing my glasses. That would suck ass sitting there looking at that screen.
Yeah, I've noticed there's some games that you have to play on the bigger screen, like Bayonetta. I can't play that handheld. I got to play that on the TV.
Yeah. Well, you know how much I've been enjoying playing games, Stadia. And actually, I haven't even been playing Xbox Game Pass on my phone because I don't know if they just gave up on it already or maybe I'm just missing the news on it, but it's been sucking. I've been checking for updates. I have a Samsung phone too, and that's the one they crawled into bed with. But Stadia's been working really good for me on it. So I've been playing that one, but even some of those games, I won't play on my phone. The screen's too small.
Yeah, some require those like real time where you gotta push the triangle 3 times or whatever, a square.
Yeah.
Sometimes I miss that on a smaller screen.
Yes, absolutely. I don't even know if I have my controller down here.
Well, Xbox, they got to worry about saving face now because they thought it was going to be a genius idea to jack up the price on the Gold Pass or whatever.
So I don't have that. I have the Ultimate. And when they did that, I was like, wait, I'm paying that now. But then I figured out what was it. So I pay month by month because I'm an idiot. I think that's like the third time I've been an idiot doing this. I used to pay $4 a month for Nintendo, which I thought was a good deal because I'm an idiot.
So $12 a year.
Is it 12? I thought it was 20.
Whatever it is, 12, 20.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn it, is there another idiot deal out there? So
that's just the number I threw out. I think it's 20.
Yeah, so I paid 20. I'm like, oh my God, all right. I mean, because $4 is so cheap, you don't really ever look again. I mean, even though they only give you a game every millennial.
Yeah, they really. Why can't you kick that up a notch?
Well, especially
on the virtual console stuff.
Yep, the games are already made. You're emulating them. You don't have to do that much freaking. You could redesign that game with new graphics in shorter time than it takes to release those things.
If you could put one on NES that I recognized, that'd be great because the ones you put on the NES one especially are just what?
You don't speak Japanese?
Nope, sorry, not this time. Not that dialect anyway.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a great feature. It just drives me insane that they're so slow. Just release the damn library.
They trickle them out. Oh, you're getting 2 next month. Hey.
Well, the thing is, it's free. And in order to play them, you have to have the membership. So do they think they're bringing more people in with that? Because to me, I'd just be like, if I was Nintendo, I'd be like, hey, here's the whole library of what we could legally license.
Yep.
For $20 a year. It
You can play a crap load of back catalog stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it sells itself. It's one of the reasons. It's the whole reason I went with the Xbox over the PlayStation 5 was because of the fact that I have such a large Xbox collection.
And that's why I would never go with an Xbox, because I got the opposite.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Which is funny because have you put a PS2 game in it yet? It doesn't do PS2, does
I was told it does a few PS3s and most of the 4s.
Oh, are they trying to do... Because PS3 is really different because of the security they put in place with multiple processors and stuff, or RAM, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
I hear
They
it's
said
really hard.
there's only a couple that work for the PS3.
Yeah, there were some games that didn't even utilize all the architecture of the 3 because it was so difficult to program for.
So yeah, they said it's pretty much all the PS4 games.
See, that's not bad. I don't have a ton. If they would have made the VR camera compatible with it, and maybe they still will. Right now they said they're not. I actually might have jumped to PlayStation before the Xbox. But because they didn't, that's the main, I love the VR on the PlayStation. I know I'm a 1%er on that, but
Yeah, see, that doesn't interest me.
oh, I love it. I love it. It's not enough to have it hooked up all the time though, because you need a lot of room for it. But as soon as we get new floors upstairs, then I get to start working on the basement. That was the agreement with Angie and the floor. So we got the floor guy coming tomorrow. That crap is getting done because I need to get my basement done.
Hey, let's hurry this up a bit, huh?
Yeah, they said they could have it done in like 3 weeks, and they'll move all my furniture and stuff. So
make it 2 so we can get that basement under control.
Yeah, no kidding. It's I can play it. It's just a pain in the butt right now. I want to do new shelves and stuff, everything. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Well, I packed up the Mario Kart. I packed that up.
Oh, you're not playing it anymore?
I just don't have the space to make a decent track.
See, we're getting hardwood floors upstairs. And,
that'll be cool, yeah.
Yeah, and well, you see my living room, how you can walk in one way, go out the other. So it'll do a circle.
Yep.
So my goal is just to hook it on the TV in the living room, sit on the couch, and just race around. I got a feeling the novelty probably wears off, though. I don't see a lot of YouTube videos on it anymore. And when at the end of the day, you're still staring at the screen. So it's probably like playing Mario Kart with less features.
I thought it was fun, yeah, but you're right. It's a $100 novelty, but we knew that going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine's sitting on a shelf. I've never raced it. I just think it looks cool. I mean, I'm going to race it. I didn't buy it as a shelf decoration, but yeah, it's... I
mean, it does add a lot of stuff to the track. When you're driving through, it adds like an underwater element and sand sometimes. And the wind will affect you as you drive through. So it's a really cool thing. It's just, if you don't have the space and if you can only do a circle.
See, and I think that's pretty cool. The only downfall, and I don't even know how they'd get around this, is if you have obstacles in the way, the opponents can go through it because they don't actually see it. But that's a small, minor detail. I still think it looks pretty cool. Because Ross has one too. I'd like to play against Ross, but it's he hasn't touched his yet either.
You play against the Koopa kids.
The Koopa kids.
Koopa kids, all from Mario World.
All the mushrooms?
No. King Koopa's clan.
Oh, Koopa. Oh, that's who you play against?
Yeah, they're racing against you.
Oh, I thought it varied between like Toad and Donkey Kong and stuff like that.
I haven't seen that. Of course, I only did it once, and it was the Koopa kids, so maybe that's a different mode.
Maybe it does. To be honest, I didn't even pay attention. I do remember seeing Koopas, spike shells, things like that.
I did finally see one of those in the wild the other day, the Luigi.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
That's the only one I do see. I never see the Mario. It's Game Trade even has one for resale on it. Someone traded it in already, but they only marked it down $10, and I'm like, I already have it. Why would I buy it?
But you still thought about it, didn't you?
I did. $10 is still $10.
I just don't want to see it sitting there.
Well, that and Game Trade's really good about... some things I actually think they're very cheap on. Other things I think they're a little overpriced on. But at the end of the day, no matter what it is, I always have an easier time finding stuff there because a lot of people, serious buyers go to Game Trade. I mean, everyone looks, but only the buyers seem to go there. So I have a better chance at getting what I want there compared to if I go to Goodwill, I'll pick up a game once in a while. But, I mean, that's just for the fun of it. When I want something, I go to Game Trade.
And he probably gave, what, $60 for that guy, and then he's selling it for 90, so he makes 30.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. He's a business owner. He's local. Um, you know, back whenever I put a stupid thing on Twitter or something, I always put the hashtag buy local on there. I actually since the whole thing where Amazon wiped the servers for Parler where they wouldn't let them on there anymore, I have not purchased one thing from Amazon. And surprisingly, my twitching only lasted for a couple days.
See, that's a boycott that I was ahead of the game on again, because I never liked buying from Amazon. Just for the condition of the way the shit arrived.
Oh God, I bought from them all the time. It was actually, it was to the point where when I would get a package, I'm like, what did I wouldn't remember what I ordered. And I'm like, oh, I got a problem.
Yeah, that sounds like a mental illness.
Actually, I'm not going to deny it. It was bad. Like I would Jones to find something like, oh, that's a good deal. I get it. And I get it. I'm like, well, why did I order that? So it's kind of like video games. If I buy a new game, I don't take the cellophane off until I'm ready to play it, just in case.
I can't not leave it wrapped.
Really? There's nothing in the video games that really unwrap it anymore.
I know it used to be fun when all the stuff would fall out. Be like, instructions, oh my gosh. No, and yeah, now you open it up, you're like, just a disc.
Yeah, see, I don't get excited anymore.
But still, I have to open it.
Like limited run games, as much as I hate them as a company, I just dislike their opinions. But I used to get every game they pretty much had coming out for the Switch. Half of them are still in the cellophane, which surprised me because they actually include the manual and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. It's cool to open, like the Power Rangers one. I opened that up and a manual came falling out, and I'm like, oh, that is awesome. That's actually one of my goals, is to develop a game for the Xbox. And I'm picking the Xbox because the programming language I know happens to be C#, which works very well for the Xbox. It's not because I'm being picky, but I think I'll be able to port it to the Switch also. I want to make a Metrovania game where I just put it out there for free. And if it turns out good and gets good reviews, maybe I'll remake it, give it more levels and stuff, and then maybe a couple bucks just for my time. But
I wish Burger King or McDonald's would get back into that.
My God, that was so awesome.
We need a McDonald's Switch game. It's like a Mario Kart, but with McDonald's characters.
That's actually a good point. They could do that because, well, we obviously remember the Pocket Bike Racers with Brooke Burke on the cover. That was awesome. Yeah. That was like a Super Mario or a Mario Kart game, but Burger King instead. Plus, driving as the Whopper Jr. I love those commercials. Commercials were so good back then because remember Whopper Jr. was like that angsty teen who didn't want to listen to the Whopper dad.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was, I mean, most of them are corny and cringy, but they were supposed to be. And then actually I've got duplicates. I got 2 of each game. They're not rare games, but just in case, you never know.
But you're collecting money, how it goes.
Yeah, well, and the cool thing about it is not only did it come out for the Xbox original, the 360 was out at that time. They made it work. They programmed it so it worked with both. I haven't tried putting it in my Xbox One or my Xbox Series X yet. I'd be shocked if they worked in there, but it don't matter. I'll always keep a 360 around just because it plays originals and the 360s. But the McDonald's did the Pokestop thing where like I thought maybe it wasn't McDonald's. I think it was McDonald's though. I know Toys R Us did it, and I know for sure Toys R Us did it, and I think GameStop might have did it once in a while where you could come in with your DS and you could download a new Pokemon.
Oh yeah, GameStop used to do that.
Yeah, and I want to say
stuff used to go in there.
I think McDonald's did that too a couple times.
Well, now you can't do that because nobody's supposed to be outside, whatever. But they need to do fun stuff like that again.
Yeah, that stuff was great. I mean, even towards the end, I remember going to Game Trade, and they would get their hands on the scratch-off cards to get the free one. But it wasn't the same as like, well, I'm a techie too, but it was like kind of playing a game too. You'd flip open your DS, and it was almost like capturing the Pokemon, even though you're not playing the game.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm not even the biggest Pokemon fan. I don't hate the game. I just don't have the heart on everyone does for it. But I thought that was a really cool feature. They do need to bring that back. I think part of the problem is to create a game for Sony. They make their security, and I get why they make their security difficult, which is funny because they always get hacked anyways. They all do. But they make their security so tight, it's difficult to program for them. Where like Microsoft, it's a Windows-based system. A lot of programmers can program for it. Even the Switch is actually not that difficult to program for, especially now that Unity, which is one of the big game engines, allows you to do it right through the system. You can, in fact, that's how I'm going to try to do my Xbox one, because I want to see if I can just export it out then for Switch also. And then just give it out. Like I said, first game I'll give out for, well, I shouldn't say first game. I've done other games for school and stuff, but nothing I can release. Because for educational reasons, you can do copyrighted material, but not for non-educational reasons you can't. But yeah, I have a couple ideas for games. I'll just put it out there for free. I'm sure my first one's not going to be that great, and it'll just be cool to say I have one out there.
Did you see the announcement trailer of that Evil Dead game?
Oh, with the big boob zombie?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw Bruce Campbell in like next-gen graphics, and I got excited.
You said Resident Evil.
Evil Dead.
Did I mishear you?
If I said Resident Evil, I'm sorry. I did just play that demo thing the other day, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's all over Twitter right now. I gotta get off Twitter too. No, damn it, I was gonna say Resident Evil. The Evil Dead one, I am so excited to get that, because you can play as the guy and the girl.
Yes.
Pedro, and I can't remember her name. She's freaking awesome. The whole cast of Ash vs. Evil Dead was awesome. It was such a good series.
That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I am super excited for that. I will buy that physical media for sure, and there's a good chance there's a very good chance I might end up getting the digital download for that.
Well, you have to buy it on both physicals for PlayStation and Xbox.
Are they not doing a Switch I was talking Switch. Are they not doing a Switch version?
If they do a Switch version, you got to buy that one too, but you have to have all the Evil Deads, right?
Oh God, no, I'm not that bad anymore.
You have 15 Army of Darknesses. You can't.
I know, and I actually, the Necronomicon sitting on my couch back there, the one I had all of them autographed from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
It's because it fell in the bedroom, and I gave Angie a hard time. I'm like, well, you knocked my Necronomicon over. That's sacrilegious in so many ways. And she's like, that doesn't need to be in our room anymore. Because I set it back up, and the face is just staring at her bed. So I took it down, which uncovered the Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way, which that works too. Now he's just staring at her bed.
Oh, it's an almanac in case you need it.
That's true. I don't know how I feel about that. Part of me's excited. The other part of me's creeped out. But yeah, that's sitting back there. I got Evil Dead on UMD sitting up on a shelf on the wall. Yeah, it's I got to do another sit down on that. I actually, I can't do another sit down on that. I'm in the middle of, well, not in the middle. I only watched the first two. Kendall's got me watching the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
It's, and you know what?
Lucky you.
Actually, I liked the first one. It was okay. And then Kendall warned me. She goes, well, the second one's not that good. I actually felt I don't know if you've seen them, but I actually felt
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah, I felt the second one was actually almost like a remake of the first one, and maybe how it really should have went the first time. And I don't mean that in an insulting way for anyone who's listening to this, because if they're a Harry Potter fan, they're probably flaming at this keyboard right now. You son of a... you damn muggle. But it...
Look at you with the term even.
Actually, I worked with Harry Potter fans, so I knew what muggle was already, because, you have to figure out what they're calling you. But it... I thought it was pretty good, and if they get better from there, that's cool. There was one in there. Kendall did admit, though, she goes, there's one in there that's just really not that good, but you got to watch it anyways. But I can deal with that. It's like watching a TV series. They're not all going to be gold. They can't all be The Shield.
Oh yeah, I know. Ever since I saw the one meme about Harry Potter, I can't take it seriously. It was Emperor Palpatine and Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Said these two almost took over the entire galaxy. Voldemort couldn't take over high school.
Yeah. Voldemort, you mean the Emperor wannabe?
Yeah.
It's basically the same. From what I can tell so far, Harry Potter is kind of Star Wars stretched out.
I saw Prisoner of Azkaban and the last one. Just because I went with people that were going. I was like, I want to see a movie, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm not, I'll admit it, it's not bad. I get why people like it. the incessant, like just the love for it, not my cup of tea. But at the same time, Evil Dead Army of Darkness is probably not a lot of
Exactly.
people's. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
It's just another Star Wars.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if someone
I
loves
don't get the
something,
love. I don't get the love for Lord of the Rings, but good for him.
I don't either. Didn't hate them. You know how I feel about that damn elephant scene. But
Oh my God, I fell asleep so many times during the second one, and then you still made me watch the third one, even though I didn't want to.
I wanted you to see the elephant scene.
Oh God, it took 17 hours to get to the elephant scene. By then, I just wanted to die.
I know, but you saw it. You saw my pain of Orlando Bloom and the worst CGI ever bouncing across those things.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, overall, the CGI was actually pretty well done. Actually, it was very well done on Lord of the Rings.
Considering it was like early 2000s.
Yeah, the problem is they did that in New Zealand, I believe, and I think they have like they're one of those places like Sweden or something. They have like long vacation breaks, and they obviously did that scene with the janitors when everyone else was on vacation because it was horrendous. I've done better with crayons, and I'm not even very good at drawing. Yeah, it was
I
bad.
barely made it through the first one. I'm like, all right, whatever. We got the exposition out of the way. Then you go see the second one, like, nothing's happening. Ah! And then, like, I'm not seeing the third one. Here you come with the DVD. Hey, you gotta watch it.
I actually was a huge fan of The Hobbit when it would come on when I was a kid. Back then you couldn't stream anything, so any cartoon was a godsend. And even though the rotoscoping was kind of cool and everything, the whole way they did the animation. So, but then they turned The Hobbit into I think 3 movies or something. To this day, I have still not watched it because of how badly they stretched out Lord of the Rings, which I actually didn't hate, but I didn't love either. I'm like, no way. There's no way you're going to keep my interest for 3 movies of The Hobbit. I love the cartoon, but there's no freaking way I can watch 3 of those.
Yeah. I felt the way about the Hunger Games. I'm like, you stretched one storyline into 4 movies? This is so awful.
Hunger Games, I'll give credit for something on that. There is no rewatch value in those movies at all for me. It was like a little bit of, I don't want to say crack. Crack's more addictive. It was kind of like cake for someone who's on a diet. Like you could probably deal without not having the cake, but if you're on a diet, you got that little bit of edge. You got to have it, and that's what Hunger Games. Like I felt like I needed to watch the next one, but I walked out feeling bad about myself afterwards.
That is exactly what happened to me. I was pot committed. I saw the first one, I'm like, okay, that was decent. The second one, I'm like, that was terrible. I'm like, what? Guess what now? I'm in, because now I got to see how this goes. And then the third one is even worse. You're like, well, here we go.
Yeah. It's like a mustard plug. It's just all runny shit after the first one pops out. It
was like, can this get worse? It's like the Star Wars Disney movies. Can it get worse? It did, each and every time.
Or the, what was the one? They never even finished it. They didn't even...
Oh, Divergent.
Yeah. They couldn't even get the actors back to do the TV series thing they wanted to do. Be honest with you, I thought they finished it. That's how out of that it was.
If they hadn't split it unnecessarily into the last one into 2, it would have been done.
Well, they're trying to milk it just like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Hobbit, or any of them. That was just a bad...
Well, Harry Potter started that.
I think Matrix did. But Matrix did it right.
Yeah, but Matrix wasn't splitting a book into 2 different things. It was, they just filmed 2 movies at the same time.
Yeah, but, I mean, they did the Empire Strikes Back ending.
Yeah, but...
I don't ever think of those as complete.
It may not have been incomplete, but they weren't splitting a well-known book into 2 unnecessary parts.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true, yeah.
It was always planned that way, whereas, like, the book's like, can we milk this more because it's ending, we can't have it end. We'll split the last one into 2.
Yeah, for me, I shouldn't say I don't like it when movies end in a weird way like that, like what I call the Empire Strikes Back ending. But, like, Back to the Future, I got really annoyed with it when it said, to be continued at the end of it. Because I was a kid and I saw that and I wanted it to be out the next week. It was, I'm a kid. I have no patience.
And then when they shit in your face with Back to the Future 3, like, that wasn't worth the wait.
Oh my God, no. The funny thing, once again, that was one of those situations, though, where I was jonesing so bad for something that I just took whatever they force-fed me at that point.
Wasn't that the very next summer, though? It wasn't that long of a wait.
Not that one. 2 was a long wait. At least it felt like a long wait. It probably wasn't, but...
Because Matrix came out the same year. One was in May and the other was in December, I think.
Of Back to the Future 3?
No, Matrix.
Oh, the 2 and 3?
Yes, because I think Back to the Future 2 and 3 were a year apart.
I think you might be right on that. I mean, I know it makes
Matrix
sense.
came out the same year. The Matrix sequels came out the same year, just like 6 months apart. So it wasn't that long of a wait, at least.
I got things going off on my computer left and right. Hopefully those dings aren't going through.
But thankfully, I was young enough where I didn't see Back to the Future in the theaters, so I got to watch them all pretty much in a row.
Oh.
And I still hated 3.
Wait, what movie are we talking about now?
Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you didn't hate Matrix. When did this happen?
No, Back to the Future. We're off of the Matrix now.
All right. I got a little worried about you. I'm like, did you have a stroke? What?
No.
You know, a lot of people were...
Some opinions I change on movies, others I don't. I will always stand by the Matrix sequels.
A lot of people had a problem with like the redo of Star Wars in the theater. And I will admit Lucas was a bit hypocritical on it, but I didn't have a problem with it. Plus, it gave me a chance to see 2 movies that I didn't get to see in the theater. Like Return of the Jedi, I saw a couple times in the theater. But honestly, I can't remember if I saw Empire Strikes Back or not. I don't... Something tells me I did, but I don't remember. But I was so young, it was so hard to tell. But when they redid it, I got to go see New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So it was kind of cool to see those in the theater.
Well, I was the same way because I was 1 when Jedi came out, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Were you even 1 yet? You were just... that was 80... When did it come out in 81?
83.
Oh, so you were 1. You were probably... Well, you were just shy of being 1.
Depending on when in May it came out.
Yeah, it was always early May, I thought. Or mid-May.
Well, I was about 1, yeah.
Yeah, you were just there. Wow, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, I was pretty young. I think I was 8. Or just about
8 years older than me.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Funny how that comes together. Return Jedi. I keep forgetting to write stuff down. It's,
Yeah, and you see that, you're like, oh, Star Wars is great. And for me, the prequels was that way because I was old enough to see them and appreciate them like that.
See, I almost didn't see the first one, book 1 in the theater. I think I lived in Eau Claire still. And then I moved to...
Well, that was 99, so...
Was it 99?
Episode 1 was 99, yeah.
So then I did not see that one in the theater. How did I see it in the theater? I did see it in the theater. I saw it with my sister at the AMC. They might have did a replay. I think they were doing a replay because the next one was coming out and they were doing like you could watch both. Not at the same time you can watch both, but... Because I ended up seeing it in the theater, but not until I lived in Milwaukee, which was a couple years later. But I remember having a bootleg of it on VHS when I lived in Eau Claire, which was horrible. The quality was just garbage, but I was so excited to have it, and then I watched half of it. I'm like, oh, I can't watch this.
Well, remember in those days we had to film them with a video camera.
Yeah, Etch-a-Sketch. It was, I actually never ended up watching it on there. I didn't know what happened. I knew about like a couple things in there, but I'm like, oh, this is going to wreck it for me. I can't watch it. So and then I got to watch, for some reason, yeah, my sister and I went to go see it. I'm like, yeah, it was like 1 week or something. There was some weird thing where they were playing at the AMC, the one that was by my house in the Mayfair Mall. And I ran out and went and saw it because I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to get the chance to see this again. And then the next week I saw the second one because they were doing it because of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't, is that going to beat my computer? I didn't dislike like a lot of people did not like the prequels. I didn't dislike them that much. I have a love for Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi that will supersede those always. But New Hope was awesome when I was a kid. But as I got older and I rewatched it so many times, that is a slow burn movie. I like the prequels better than New Hope. I just respect New Hope more.
Well, without it, there's no other movies.
Oh, exactly. Oh, where did that go? I'm typing messages at the same time here. I don't know where anything's going. Yeah, dang. Now I want to watch some more Rebels. I never finished Rebels yet. I think I'm in season 2 right now. I mean, I've seen seasons or episodes past that, but because I decided to go back and watch it from the beginning, because I just saw it periodically when it came on TV, now I'm trying to watch it all the way through, because there is a lot of tie-in that Dave Filoni, he did a really good job, actually, because you know how I felt about the movie. The movie just pissed me off. But the funny thing is, watching the movie, though, now in hindsight, I've watched it since then, it's not as bad as that time we went and saw it in the theater. That was so horrible, but...
The first one is still kind of bad with that turd Jabba, baby Jabba.
Yeah, Zero's kid or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, the second part with Asay Ventress is really cool, though.
Yeah, I think part of the problem, too, is Ahsoka is so damn Orlando Bloomy through everything.
Well, because she's so young.
Yeah, her story arc improves greatly. She's in... I said Rebels, didn't I? I meant Clone Wars. Rebels I've seen all the way through twice now. That Ahsoka's in that also partway, but God, that was such a great ending. They really surprised me, because Ezra's such a whiny little bitch when it starts, to the point where I had a tough time. I put up with it, just hoping it would get better, and it was a good payoff. It was a really good payoff. They did such a good job. And the way they left it, I'm still sick about it. Just like, I can't believe they left it that way. But it was good. It was good. Have you, speaking of which, have you seen the last Supernatural?
No.
You never saw? Oh my God.
I've never seen one episode of that.
There's seasons that sucked. Actually, to be honest with you, the last season wasn't that good. But how they ended it, Jesus Christ. Basically, Supernatural is the same season every season after about maybe the 5th year or something like that. And keep in mind, it went for 15 years, or 15 seasons. I don't know how many years that relates to, but should be 15 roughly. It's the same season over and over again, just written and acted out a little bit better over and over again. Cool. What's that?
Is it okay?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I don't feel like they try to hide it too much. They just play with it. They have a good sense of humor. You can tell the two guys playing the brothers, Ackles and Padalecki, you can tell they must get along pretty well. And more supporting people come in, and people die. Like, it's funny because people come back. It's Supernatural. People come back to life. But it doesn't mean everybody's safe. I mean, people do die, and you're like, well, they'll be back, and then you never see them again. You're like, what the hell? It's 5 seasons later. Where are they?
I mean, eventually death has to mean something, right?
And it does in that show. Like, if someone dies, you don't know if they're coming back. Even if they do come back, you don't know if they're staying. Like, I mean, there is, what's the word for it? There is, what do you call it when they're, it's something you call it when, like soaps, they don't have it because anyone who dies always comes back. It's like, oh, they died, all right, they'll be back. But in Supernatural, there is a level of, I don't know what the word is for it. I just can't think of it right now. But God, 15 years, I don't even know how to begin to tell you should start watching it. Because if you do start watching it, you got to start from the beginning. But the last episode's a great payoff. It's really good.
That's good, because usually those shows don't end well. Shows that have been on a long time, you're like, oh, that ending stunk.
I put it up there with The Shield.
Really?
Yep. It's not the same, but I put it up there with it.
Shield is such a gut punch, I still can't watch it.
That's why it's the same. It's such a fucking it's like a cry fest happy moment. What the fuck just happened? Please tell me that didn't happen. But I'm glad it did moment. It's insane. But once again, I was a fan of Supernatural. I mean, if someone doesn't like Supernatural, they're probably like, whatever, it was dumb. But I liked it. I thought it was fantastic. Plus, I love those two actors.
I always wanted to get into it, but then it was like, by the time I was like 12 season, 13, 14, damn it.
Yeah, I think I got into it. I watched an episode by accident. I didn't even know what it was. I think it was 5 minutes in already, but something about it just caught me with the ghost story thing. It was because Supernatural followed a storyline, especially as it got going on further down in the seasons. But they would also have standalone episodes. And the first one I ever watched happened to be a standalone episode. And I'm like, oh, this is good. Like, I didn't need to learn anything. I had the basic understanding of what was going on. And it was fantastic. Then I watched the next week, and that must have been kicking off of after I started recording it, and then after that must have been kicking off of a storyline because I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, I'm really glad they do. And it turned out it was like the season finale or something because they did what they call the road so far, and they do the montage in the beginning, of course, to classic rock, which I like. And it was, I think it was the combination of hitting those 2 episodes the way I did, where I was like, oh, I am sold. And then just out of coincidence, Kendall started watching it. So we both went back to the beginning, watched it, caught all the way up. Because I think I was like, the first 2 episodes, I did drop out of it for a while. I want to say the first 2 episodes I watched was either first or second season. But then I dropped out for a while. You know, kids, crap, life, Sears, whatever. And and then we both got back into it. It's always more fun. It was like going to your house to watch Shield and stuff, especially after I didn't have cable anymore. It's always more fun to watch some of those shows with someone else because then you can talk about it afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So and I watch a lot of shows with Kendall because of that.
Well, I always like the standalone episodes of the X-Files better than the anthology Alien ones.
Yes. Yeah, I actually wasn't a big X-Files fan because of that. But I was 21, 22 during that time, and I was going out and stuff, so I missed so much. So having the standalones were nice.
Yeah, I used to love it was just like a Monster of the Week kind of thing. And if there was an Alien one, I'd kind of tune out and be like, I don't care.
Well, that and unless you watched all the time, I never understood. Like, I watched enough where obviously I wanted the Mulder and what's-her-face to get together. I think everybody wanted that.
I didn't care if they ever did. I was more concerned with the monsters.
Oh, see, for me, when Mulder disappeared and they brought in, was it the T2 guy or someone else?
Yeah, Robert Patrick. Yeah.
I didn't understand what was going on. I mean, I knew there was a contract dispute and stuff in real life, but I didn't understand what was going on in the series. And
wasn't that when he got abducted?
Yeah. And then the smoking man was like more prominent and stuff. And I thought he was kind of behind the scenes and people didn't really know about him. So I was very thrown off, and actually it was enough to break it for me. It wasn't the show's fault. It was my fault for not watching every episode.
The only fun part of the anthology was Krychek. Every time he'd show up, he'd be missing another limb.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about him.
By the time the show ends, he's going to be head in the jar.
Yeah. I wonder if he ever did an episode of Futurama. That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah, that would have been funny, but I don't think I remember him doing one of those. I've seen all the Futuramas. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't either, and I've seen most of them. Not all of them, but most of them.
But yeah, X-Files went too long.
God, yeah, that would have been a nice touch, though, the head in the jar thing.
That would have.
Damn it, I don't have the head in the jar on this computer. I would throw it up on your screen right now. It's got to be here somewhere. No, it's not on this one. Dang it. And you've made it to the end where, of course, you are awesome. Please head over to talktroopers.com. Leave us a message. If you want, leave a comment on this video, unless you're listening to it. Then head over to talktroopers.com anyways. Over there, you can leave voice messages, or you can click on the link to the videos to leave comments there. Some are on Rumble, some are on YouTube. You can't really tell on the website unless you click on it and follow it. But... yeah, have fun figuring it out. Thanks.